Welcome to TradeTheMBA.com. This is John's reports for the 12th. Well, above 38%, so enough to hold on. But again, short activation coming after him already again. And I think this is going to be part of the course. We still haven't seen the DOC here with the orange dip below red or green, signifying any strength of the buy whatsoever. We've had an improvement from DOC red, but the reality is that was just coming off the deep dive and an expected bounce. Now, it was a pretty significant bounce, but got to have the corresponding markers to suggest that the algos have overtaken it. I think what you're seeing a lot of here is just that option gamma move back and forth that they've got to keep flipping it in order. Otherwise, they'd be so far underwater that dealers would get hammered. And so they don't do that. They always make it move so that it gives them the best position to actually have the right side of the trade. Otherwise, they'd be gone. From an NQ standpoint, similar, but a little bit weaker because it still hasn't crossed that 38%. You can see the MBI white still starting to make a little move. But the fact that it hasn't eclipsed, now think about it in this terms, you have shorts activating, but they haven't done enough yet. Easy to force them into capitulation. With a significant enough of a buy, you could move it right through them, and of course you'd be looking at the Nasdaq wanting to return to this 18,950 range. But likewise, same situation with the orange not having dipped below, maintaining of the trend, which is at this particular stage down cross. Shakeout, no improvement either. And even from an extreme standpoint, if you were in the green range, you would have a better chance of more of an explosive move in any way, shape, or form. But you got nothing at this particular stage, and I think that's just the reality of where the economics of things are. It's just too uncertain, and then they get thrown a bone with the fake, unemployment or this and that job stuff, and it just doesn't match what's happening state by state. It doesn't match what's happening from a layoff standpoint or job openings. These are things that aren't government controlled, and they paint a very different picture. So, which is it? And the smart people in the room know that it's certainly not the government numbers. They've been massaging those for so many years, trying to come up with convoluted ways to disguise the realities of things to make it look like whatever they want. And we know that you can do that with numbers. You get a large enough set of them, and you can do all sorts of great things. From a treasury standpoint, the stupidity just doesn't end. And yeah, we can laugh and mock at that, but it's just strange to see what used to be called the smartest guys in the room really just completely out to lunch with it, or believing the stupidity of the narrative that they've been sold, which that makes it even worse because I mean they've been fooled for the last year plus, and to be in negative yield territory and still wanting to put your money in the treasury, it boggles my mind. I can't even wrap my head around that. It's like, yes, let's lose a little bit versus taking a chance at actually, but then again, they don't necessarily know how. They don't have MBI indicators, so they're the clueless as to direction anyway. Oil back over that 50% and now just to below the 80. It's going to continue to rise, and as it does, particularly with the conflict Russia, we saw a fire at the nuclear power plant. The incursion up in the Kursk area is continuing. So, yeah, it spells lots of trouble signs and potentially escalations. So that's not exactly what people are looking for when you want stability. And euro floating at a ridiculous level as well. No possible justification for this, but hey, that's okay. We live in unique times. Much like 2008 and 9, by the time 2010 came along, we were in fairy tale land where it was just make it up as you go. And that's pretty much persisted. We had the COVID situation. They did a similar conversion, trying to play with that basic income to see how it worked, realized that that does not work at all. And that when you convince people that doing nothing will get you paid, people do a lot more of nothing. What a shock. I think that's always been a mantra for my girls was like, do nothing, get nothing. That's pretty straightforward. From a gold standpoint, yeah, we already know the gold's going to continue to rise. It's not even a debate, really. Bitcoin in that struggling a little bit at this particular stage. I'm a white lead on that one. So the breakdown here, that's at least moving towards 23%. Or first stop is that 57.83. Below that, I think that you know that you're in trouble going in there. Continue to have trade station crashes back and forth. Lovely. Anyway, won't let me get to the 5K chart or 50K at this particular stage, but they're really not showing anything significant. So we'll just continue to plug away with where we're at. If there's anything relevant, once these death spiral here of my little hourglass stops, I'll be able to put up a chart and I'll put it on the Skype chat. As always, though, have a good one. Trade well. We'll talk to you later. Oh, did it come back? No. No.